This content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no
a
one.
second.
No.
We return to our planet. The High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings, everyone, and Merry Christmas, and welcome to another episode of SeptumSin vs. the World. So we're celebrating the holiday season and me getting my voice to 75% back by reviewing 4 Christmas films, 3 in a series, and that series is Silent Night, Bloody Night, the 1972 film. So something special. So this is my second go-round with this and the sequel, the second one. It'll be my first for the third film. Now, Silent Night, Bloody Night is a classic horror film, somewhat slasher, somewhat haunted house film, somewhat and I'm going to tell you right now, if you get it, don't get the retrosploitation one. It does have cool artwork, but that's all you get. There is grammar errors on the back. There is no special features, no subtitles, not even a menu. You just plug this in and it just plays. So, yeah, unfortunately. So let's just dive in, shall we? When Jeffrey Butler finally decides to sell his grandfather's house, the townspeople of East Willard seem determined to keep people away. Things become even more difficult when a killer escapes from an institution and takes shelter there. Is there a connection between the killer and the house? We'll find out in Silent Night, Bloody Night. Now, at first I thought this might have had a relationship to Silent Night, Deadly Night, like maybe it ripped it off, but then I looked at the date, 1972, that's actually 12 years before. Now, this movie has actually been known by multiple titles. The one that it's most notably known for is Death House. That's what it is on IMDb. Movie Database has it as another film, Night of the Dark Full Moon. So, you take whatever name you want to go with and run with it, But you might need those 2 names to start looking it up or logging it if you get it for your collection. So, I admit, when I first watched it, I was bored. I fell asleep. So I worked hard purposefully to pay attention to this film. I put all of my attention in it to make sure I could enjoy it. And I'll admit, the plot is much better, and it is more enjoyable when doing that. But, in a way, if you're not willing to invest all of your attention in this, don't bother with it. It has that slower pacing that you get with those older horror films, and unfortunately, it's very badly edited, and that also hurts a lot too, because there's a lot of weird jump cuts, and musical, just flare-ups that kind of hit you in the wrong time, and then at the end, they give you way too much exposition at the end, with this long, drawn-out black and white scene, and I was not impressed at all by it. I thought it was way too much, way too late. I think what they should have done is given us that, because they're trying to do this as sort of a mystery, as they like to. A lot of the old ones, a lot of these old horror films had a mystery element to it to help make up for the lack of great special effects. And you really need to sprinkle this. Instead, you just give everything to them at the end. spoon feed us a little bit at a time, facts at a time. So we get to the end, we can get to the conclusion on our own. I mean, I got to the conclusion for the most part on my own before I got to this giant exposition dump, but it could have been done much better. So acting. Well, we have some notable things. Patrick O'Neill, who is also known for The Stuff, is in this film, and he does a great job for what time he's in it. Probably the best acting in the film. Most of the actors look like they did not want to be there. They're like, give me my paycheck, let me go home. The acting was usually very wooden and uninspired for the most part. Mary Warrenov and James Patterson, though uneven in their acting, did have some moments where good acting came through. It's kind of sad. I usually try not to be very mean on these bases, but I really feel like most of these people were not into this film when they made it. And it's sad, because this film actually, it's not a micro-budget film to my knowledge, and it makes me sad to see that. I mean, even B movies, they should have better on there. I hold them to a little bit higher standard. If this was, say, a Dustin Ferguson film, like the second one, I might hold it to a different standard, and we will be soon enough. Wink, wink. But we will be working on it. So, production design. So first off, the editing is bad. There's a lot of odd cuts. It makes it a little bit jerky, and it makes it more difficult to follow the film sometimes. And then the lighting. Oh my gosh, they had no appropriate lighting. It was very dark, very hard to see a lot of scenes. Speaking of Dustin Ferguson films, I guess we could compare that to, say, Camp Blood 4, where you couldn't see hardly anything at the end. And even the black and white scenes, there was a shadow that was following them both, and I thought maybe they didn't want to show the face, but then you realize that the black and white was blocking out everything but the face. And I'm just like, oh, okay, maybe it was just bad lighting on their part. Still, there are a couple of things I liked. I liked the creepy old house. I love creepy old houses. They're pretty cool. The setting was good. And costume design was fine for what they did. So, there. And then the blood effects. What blood effects they did include were pretty decent. That one scene, the one major kill scene in this. There's not a lot of kill scenes in this, I'm sorry. But the major kill scene that you have in this did look suitably bloody. So, that is there. So finally, the sound, which the sound mixing is horrible. We don't usually talk about sound mixing in the music, but I had to this time. The dialogue was hard to understand at points. It could just be that this particular version is crap. Definitely not something I would do with headphones on normally, because that music loud, dialogue soft is an issue there, and it's usually not when you're wearing headphones. So I don't understand what that was about. The main theme in the garden, which is a hymn, I still find funny, and the reason why is I keep thinking about that scene in Thanksgiving where it's like the ass, gas, or grass thing where they do that Oldsmobile song.
Nice tits, bitch.
It is, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm a demented freak. I know. So overall, it was kind of disappointing with that. In the end, I would say Silent Night, Bloody Night is not terrible. It's not like a horrible film when it comes to that. It's not your classic, this is so bad it's good. It's not your classic, it's so bad it's bad. It's just like maybe a little bit above that so bad it's bad, because it's not laughably funny about how bad it is, but it has enough to it that you could get drawn in, you could enjoy it, and I can see where some people do love watching this every year. To me, not really all that great. There are better slashers to watch in the holidays, like, say, Silent Night, Deadly Night, similar name. Don't get them mixed up. You'll be in for a bad time. So we're going to end this like I always do, because again, each movie, there's no such thing as a bad movie, so to speak. There's only who loves this film and who dislikes this film. There could be the majority of people hate the film or like the film, but it's still there. So who would this be for? Who would love this film? I think people who love those those late 60s, early 70s types of films, those slow-paced horror films, I think you could get into this because you're already prepared to watch this fully, to immerse yourself in the story, I think you could still get some enjoyment out of it. It may not be your favorite film, but it would definitely be okay and up your alley. I think people who love that horror mystery genre especially would like this film. And again, you're solving the mystery, you're solving this killer, this tale. It's not the best one of all, but it is still one. And if you're really into that sort of thing, you'll probably have a whole list of them, and you've watched so many of them. Why not add one of these as a classic? And then finally, for Christmas horror fans, if you're just looking for Christmas horror and you're just throwing anything in there, and you just want to see something that's horror and Christmas, you could do worse with this. So, I mean, there's not a lot of Christmas in this, to tell you the truth, but I think it's enough that you could get enough out of it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and share. And next week, we're really stepping it up, because we are going to the first sequel, which I know I don't like, and I'm going to have a bad time with. Well, who knows? Maybe second time is going to be great. Maybe second time is going to be great. We'll see you on the next one.
SeptumSin versus the world. It's that place for all the boys and girls. You'll feel real safe, you'll feel real warm. It's a cozy place to ride out the storm. SeptumSin. SeptumSin and his best boy Jake see the trends that scare us every day. Physical media is going to the side. Doctor streaming